As you were, sir, we've moved to the Android saga, which I'm pretty fucking sure happened before the Cell saga. But hey, let's just put it over here.
Yeah, I think... Yeah, that's totally... Yeah, the androids showed up before Cell. Or wasn't it... It was very... I don't know.
The androids showed up, and then you killed them, and then there was the actual androids, and then Cell showed up and ate them.
Jesus Christ.
But
so,
as you
yeah.
We bring you breaking news on the
talking
Android
about like how the ways we would travel.
Just south
Like
of
I
the
didn't,
city
me
is
so
at
much
this
I didn't have like
time
problem
under
with like.
This breaking news report.
Oh my lord! I just love the hair. Love the porcupine hair.
I love how her hair doesn't move ever. It's
no.
it's clearly just hanging down, and should be in the middle of a crazy fight scene.
His too.
And their hair does not move. So much hair gel you don't even know.
Uh-oh.
My...
Why'd you touch me like that?
Don't put your hand inside.
My...
What were you saying?
Well, that's what Cell looked ugly as fuck. God, I hated him with that.
And he had that beak mouth.
Yeah, and he got a little dick pincher.
This is my...
Chunk, you're dead! No, Trunk's dead!
This fucking music, though.
What's going on?
It does not suit this at all. Okay. It's what I was trying to say.
Existence is in jeopardy
So yeah, like
now.
you're saying, oh man, I got
future is
sick like
just
I was
about to
traveling. Yeah,
change.
I never really had
What
this
do you
problem
mean?
because as a kid, my dad
Probably
always
the
had a
workings
truck,
of
but it
those
was
two.
always like a 2-seater, and you know, my family being like a 5,
Wait, they want to change
6-person
history?
family.
Erase me
Fucking,
completely?
we would like always chill in the cab, in the back,
In the
because
back.
he always had a canopy, and
Supreme Kai of Time.
like there's always
What should I
something
do?
there, which is like it's probably like I think always in the back of the truck we had like ton of
Calm
fucking
down.
pillows and
It's
blankets.
dangerous
Super
for you to
dangerous,
act
but the
now
most fun
because
you can
you're
Oh yeah,
possibly
it's
have.
fucking fun, but it obviously is like
However,
don't
If
you
there's
don't
get
have
cops,
up.
much
lay
time
down
left.
and shut the fuck
yeah,
up.
like don't get up kind of thing. Like don't like be cautious. And honestly, to the point
Guys.
where I got it to a T. Because we'll always be laying down, and then the canopy would have windows. We could tell where we are because of like certain trees and power lines and stuff. We're like, man, we're almost home, like, or we're going here, or blah blah blah, right?
Oh, man. Oh, shit.
That-
This is totally the dungeon.
Oh no!
That's crazy. Help me.
And to the point, oh fuck, we used to have like walkie talkies and stuff too, so we communicate between back and forth. But the best is when we added this. I think we picked it up from like a thrift store. It was like a
Seems like there are other people coming after us besides Trump.
Coronation Street
I
kind
think
of
I'll
like
make you our plaything.
2 phones
You
at one
monsters.
end,
Not
and they
without
had like an
fighting.
actual. It's
I'll
like the
avenge
old
Gohan.
ones where they got like the
Like the fucking cans in the string kind of thing.
yeah, but it's actually like a cell.
Yeah.
Like a connected landline. And we ran the cable from one of the canopy into the bed of the truck. So every time we wanted to talk to them, you know, instead of like cracking both windows like and try to talk, we'd just like ring it up.
Yeah.
You have to go like it's like the circular one where you can.
Oh
drive from one
yeah,
and two.
we actually used to have one of those in my house.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
In elementary school,
And
and I was
this
like,
one-
oh my god.
You could like scroll. I think it was like
Dude,
you had to
rotary
do
phones
it.
are the shit.
I think it was like you had to do like 1-3 times or something like that, and then it would start ringing on the other end.
Yeah.
And this is like honestly the most badass thing.
Oh fuck yeah.
Didn't need power. Like it was just all by itself. No power necessary, and it was just like 2 phones on one end, and it worked like a dream. The worst is when they ignored you.
You know it's
You
ringing.
can clearly help yourself.
You can hear it.
Mom, Dad,
Mom, Cody fell out. Can somebody please answer the phone? Cody fell out.
we're dying. Like it was honestly
The exhaust is pouring in. Help.
We're dead. There's holes in the floors.
Somehow.
But honestly, that was probably the
Chase
most
away
fun.
the androids.
Is that just like I don't know, like that? That's probably
Perfectly
like
aware of our power gap.
not a lot of people get
I
that
can't
because of
beat
like
them as is.
child safety.
But
Here's just car seat,
survived.
booster seat.
But yeah, but also the 90s were a fucking different
I have to
time.
thank you.
Oh, that's how the people say.
I used to lay in the back window of the car.
Fuck, I did that. I did that. My mom had a
Huh.
We had a wagon.
I knew you'd show up.
And my mom was going to
What
work
a
or
lame
going up to
reaction.
Tawasin, and I'm like, I want to come with
I
you.
bet you
I was
thought you
really young.
actually helped
I'm like,
me.
I want to come with you.
Am
She's
I
like,
right?
no, you can't. You stay here.
You see,
And I'll
Trunks,
stay with you. Stay
I
with your dad.
actually
And I'm
made
like, no.
two.
I don't want-
No,
no.
fuck you. I do what I
And
want.
then, so to the point where like I got in the back of the wagon and hid underneath a blanket. You know, in the back of a wagon, you can clearly see in the back because there's a lot of window.
Yeah.
And I was just hiding under this blanket.
I've got
This is
the
totally
right
gonna work.
So
But
she
there's
Never fall
drove
for my
all the way to
ruse.
Tawasin,
It's too late
and to the
now.
point where she parked, and I think she was
Resistance is
going into the
futile.
bank or something, and she had people like looking in the window, into the car. They're like,
Did you steal a kid?
because because apparently I was moving and shit, and then she's like,
What else could have been
Harry?
changed?
And like I popped off, and she's like, oh.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I'm just hidden in the back of the fucking wagon, just chilling out. She's like, Jesus
You
Christ.
son of a bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Right?
gotta go all the way home. You've added a half an hour to my drive
Yeah,
time.
it was funny as shit. But yeah, like
Here,
they like
take my.
we say this like, oh man, the '90s were
have
so
no
much different.
time.
They were.
They were a lot different.
But you get the people who are like, oh my god, the 80s and '70s so much more different, right? Like there's
Well, no,
Tell
fucking.
the
That's the problem with
Supreme
today.
Power of
Everyone
time
is so goddamn fucking
without
coddling
seeing
of
past.
everything.
yeah.
Your kid's never allowed to do anything that could possibly cause them any harm. So everybody's a goddamn bitch. Like I used to go out and get. I hear this all the time. All the time from people. It's like, I used to go and get
We
straight
actually made
knees
it
when I did
back.
something wrong. You know, they
Oh,
beat
yeah.
my ass.
We're in my
Specifically the ass region. It's okay. Calm the fuck down.
No matter what.
And like
I
that
have
was
to bring
just
peace here.
that was how things were. And now it's like I'm working and I cut my hand and I start bleeding all over the place. It's like, okay, this isn't a big deal. And I worry about like fucking kids that are gonna grow up that are gonna be like,
My hand is gonna die. It's like no.
I gotta go to the hospital.
Yeah, like a lot of people are super babies.
Oh god, they still like it is getting so much worse. I see kids sometimes and like people used to try and take stuff like from the store, like children, when we were working at the electronics store together. And I'd be like, all right, you can't do that. And like I wouldn't touch the kid. I would like grab the object and I gotta put it back. And they'd start screaming, and the parent would yell at you.
17
It's like, dude, your kid is taking something. Calm the fuck down.
And also,
It's the worst,
is it
especially
that
when like
you
a
know
crid,
my name?
like
A crid?
a crid, or
Goddamn crids.
it's like a kid that grabs something and like fucking huffs it at the floor. You're like,
explanation for it.
You can't get it.
I can't tell you to like fucking quit. I want your parent to do something. Like hurry up. I don't, like, what if you fucking broke it? It's like, I'm not gonna go in there and test it now.
Did you hear the one about the bunch of like moms or whatever that were arrested?
Oh my god, yeah,
Because-
you told me this one.
Yeah. I don't think we've talked about it on Labcats at all. But there's this guy, and he was like a stay-at-home dad. I think he was a writer. I don't know what for. And he's sitting home, and his friend is over, and he's in the living room. He's got big bay windows.
Yeah.
And his kid is outside in the front yard playing. And so he's watching his kid out the window, and he's sitting there working, and his friend is over, so he's chatting to him while he's doing stuff. And all of a sudden he hears he sees these people grab his kid, and he's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
And he opens the door, and they drag his kid up to the front door.
Over.
And they start yelling at him, and he's like, "Let go of my kid. No, we're calling the cops. You're a terrible
have
parent.
to
You know,
thank
like, we're
you,
going to call
too.
child services."
But
He's like,
first,
"What the
I
hell is
need to
wrong with
know
you people?
something.
Let go of
You've
my
helped me
kid."
a lot
And his
throughout
buddy
this
pulls out his phone.
entire
He's like,
thing.
record this.
Yeah.
So his friend is
I have to
recording it,
know,
and
who are you?
they're saying that because he wasn't out there with his child, he wasn't
So
watching
I'll
him,
know
and
someday?
he wasn't, being a good
That's not
parent.
cryptic.
And he's like, "Let the fuck go of my kid. This is illegal. This is kidnapping. You can't touch my child." And they're like, "No, you're being a terrible parent. We're getting
ready
this
to
kid
go.
taken away from you, and screw you." And so, sure as fuck enough, they call the cops. And so the cops show up, and the dude just hands his phone over and shows the footage, and all of the moms got arrested.
Thank fuck.
Like, that is ridiculous that you think that you can get away with that,
No.
because,
can
man, they're
finally
not doing
thank you.
exactly what you would
Thank
do.
you very much.
I was left alone for hours and hours at a
Oh,
time.
fuck.
But I never went, beyond the yard, and I talked to my mom. They used to go for, hour-long runs down the street to somebody else's farm and go screw around and climbing around in the barn and playing with the animals and
yeah.
sharp instruments and tools and vehicles that they shouldn't be around.
Trunks,
They did this for hours, so long as they were home for dinner.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And, what the fuck happened?
It's a very
Sorry.
different thing.
Sorry for
to the
making
point
you
where
worry over me.
they expect you to
Still,
be Hawkeyeing your fucking
Who do you
kid.
think that guy was?
And
Oh my
when
God.
we were kids, they're like, you're begging to stay out,
He helped us,
Like,
sure.
granted, you like
but he
you're
seemed to
getting
have the
to the point where
ability
it's
to
getting
time
dark. You're
travel.
like,
Maybe
I
you
should
should get.
probably
He
get
seemed to
out.
know about
Yeah.
us too.
but you're like,
And he had a
you're
and he had
out
a really
the
unusual
entire
energy.
time, and your parents are not to be seen.
Well, fucking.
What?
What's the other one that drives me fucking
You'll
nuts?
come visit me
Is the
soon. What does that mean?
everybody gets a trophy
No way.
in sports now?
Oh my god!
Everybody
No.
wins. You're not allowed to
No.
keep score.
Wasn't this one
Do you
local?
have any ideas?
Oh, there was a couple of local
Where
ones.
it's like score is not counted. Nobody should count
But it can't be.
scores. Goals don't
what
matter.
the fuck is
He
the
should be
point
able
of
to enter into
playing?
this world.
Set me in a field, tell me to run back and forth. That's all you're doing.
It's like kick this ball around, and you can put it in the net, but that won't matter. Wasn't that the thing? It was like
That
there's
won't
no. Fuck! It was honestly the most dumbest thing I've ever read, and it was like goals wouldn't count, and we're not gonna keep track of the score, and nobody else should. It's like this kid's obviously adding up the fucking math.
The parents especially. Like, you're not gonna go watch your kid play a game where they run in a field. You can goddamn do that at any fucking park with their friends whenever. You're there to cheer them on and hope they win, and if they don't,
If they fucking lose,
you
they
take them
lose.
for ice cream, but they don't get sprinkles because they're fucking losers. And if they won, then they get the sprinkles, and that's the fucking difference.
That is just ridiculous. There's so many topics that we could push the envelope on.
I think it's hilarious that we're talking about, like, fucking children in the 90s and shit for Dragon Ball.
Oh fuck yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Well, I guess, meow meow, next time on Labcats, we'll continue this train of thought
We'll
in the Majin Buu
It's like
saga.
old man banter. Tune in next time.
We're in our fucking 20s. We are these kids we're talking about.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys. Meow meow, bye bye.
Bye.